Hi guys, welcome to another episode with Zeus Gaming UK in my series of how-to videos. Today we're going to be looking at lighting, in particular both studio for your webcam or camera to light you to get the best possible quality image, but also ambient lighting behind me, like these Nanoleafs, as well as some other options that we're going to go through so that you can make your stream and yourself look as quality and credible as you possibly can. As always, if the content I'm providing you is even averagely beneficial, please make sure you support the channel by hitting the subscribe down below. That's just like hitting like on Insta or Facebook. It doesn't cost you a thing, but helps this channel grow. Also, I now stream on Twitch. I am streaming pretty much every day at the moment while we are in lockdown still. So please head over, come and get involved, have a little look at the channel and chat away. And that is exactly the same handle as what you see here on YouTube. So that's Zeus Gaming UK. That should be appearing just below now. Last of all, we have a Discord, which I'd love for you to come and get involved in. It's a very active community with a lot of like-minded individuals that game, chat, and help each other out. And again, I'll link that in the bio so you guys can come across and have a little look. Let's start by looking at studio lighting, or lighting to illuminate you for the webcam or camera to capture. Now, I've already done a video on webcams and I spoke about lighting for me being one of the biggest or key features, and I really think that's true. So where lighting goes is kind of up to the individual about what they want to try and capture. So at the moment, I'm sitting dead on to my camera and my lighting is to the immediate right and left of me, and they both come down. What some people prefer to do is actually have a light directly behind the camera, and some will have a light that actually shines down from above. As long as you've got some kind of lighting, even one, I really don't think it matters a huge deal. The different positions of these lighting and studio lights, casts different shadows and makes maybe your jaw or certain angles look more defined. I think that's something which we'll go through probably in a later video because it starts to get quite techy, and actually having a light, any light, is hugely beneficial. So what I'm going to do now is, it is 11:30. It is bright and breezy outside. We've got a lot of natural light coming in. So I'm going to whack both these lights on, put one on at a time until we get to both of them on, so you can actually get an idea of what's happening. Here we are with just the natural light coming in through my window and hitting the side of my face, making this side and the underside of my face and jaw slightly darker where a shadow is being cast. You can create this same kind of effect by using one light, because we have to bear in mind that natural light is only available for a certain amount of hours a day, and if you're streaming early or late at night, you may not be able to rely on natural light at all. So to show what a studio light would do, and just one, I'm going to turn on the one to my right, which is exactly the same as where my natural light is now coming through. So here we are with just one studio light on, and that's one that's actually slightly above my gaming monitor. And the reason why I have that there is I game like this. So actually while I'm doing that, the light is shining quite flat on to where my face is. So for me, that tends to work slightly better. And again, like I said in the beginning of this video, it really depends on what you're trying to achieve with your lighting effect or where they would go. But this one is directly to my right. Let's now switch to just having the left one on and then having both on so you can see the difference. So here we are with the one to the left on and the natural light. And actually what you can see now is the shadow is coming just underneath here because I'm getting lit from both sides quite naturally. So I've got the light from the window, which is the natural source, and the studio light, which is coming from the left-hand side. So that's what that looks like. Finally, here we are with both of my studio lights on from left and right, as well as the natural light. I'd suggest that the natural light is now being cancelled out because the studio lights are definitely going to overpower those. But it is really something that I would implore and encourage you to take a look at. The ones I use are really inexpensive. They're about £35, $45, give or take. They're available in my shop, and I'll link it below so you can see exactly what I'm using. But honestly, I would really consider these. If you're in the market and you haven't bought a webcam yet, and you know you want to spend £100, please budget some of that for lighting and then look at a webcam within the range for the rest. It really makes a huge difference. If you've already got a webcam or some kind of camera you're using, please look at some kind of lighting. There are various examples. This is actually the third one that I've tried. good ordering from Amazon because they're really handy with taking things back, and these ones work brilliantly for me. So trial and error, like I said, I've always wanted to share with you what works for me and what was working, and these are working fantastically. So that's looking at studio lighting and actually how we're getting the best image from our camera or webcam using some lighting that's in front of us. But we also want to talk about what's going on behind us and actually give some kind of animation, in my view, my opinion, so that it's a little bit more engaging for the people that are watching our channel. So at the moment, you can see that I have the Nanoleafs, which are behind me. You can customize these in all kinds of ways, and they really are fantastic. But to be honest, they are quite expensive. This is the starter kit with the rhythm module that comes in at £190, and I'll link that below so you guys can see that. They are fantastic. They come in a triangle format that I have. They also come in a canvas, which is square, and you can add on to them and do whatever you want and get as creative as you need to. With this set that I have here, you can actually connect up to 30 of them in one full shape, line, whatever you want to do. I've actually got a couple more on the way because I'm trying to create a lightning bolt here. I'm just going to get some more across the top. But you've got hundreds of thousands of color combinations, and you can also create your own as well. I use some of the preset ones. The blues for me work really well. I kind of like how they're quite gentle. But you can also set it up to voice. So I can set it up that when I speak, it changes what's going on behind me. Or I can actually code it as well so that if someone drops me a follow on the stream or someone drops a sub, these will change, which is brilliant. So let's have a little look at the rhythm module with me just speaking to you, and you can see what starts to happen behind me. So this is now on its rhythm setting, and as I speak, it's looking at different frequencies in my voice, different bass tones, different levels, and the higher I talk, the quicker I talk, the more animation and bits and pieces you're going to get. You can brighten it up, you can dull it down. I tend to have it quite on a dullest setting because when I do crank this up, from a streaming point of view, it doesn't capture the colours as well. But let me show you exactly what I mean. So here we are with the colours at their brightest, and you can see them lighting up, but you're certainly not probably getting as much as the colour as you would want to see. You can see it's lighting up, you can see it on the ceiling probably, but not getting the colour from the panel. So that's why I have mine set down to about 15% brightness when I'm streaming. This is currently at 100%. Dramatic lighting moment. So I have turned down my studio lights a tad down to about 60%. I've also stopped any natural light coming in from behind me. To be honest with you, the lighting and the camera are still working really well together. I'm just having a little look at my screen as I talk through this. It's given a really nice darkness to the background, which is what we want to achieve for what we're going to do next, and still make sure that I look quite prominent and quite focused on my stream. So pretty handy. What we're going to do now though is show you my latest toy, my RGB floor lights that are designed to illuminate both the wall and ceiling whilst I'm streaming, to give some background content and show you something different whilst I'm gaming. Something to pay attention to, I guess. So without any further ado, let's head over and show you and talk through these now. Okay, so here we are. The Nano lights are quite expensive, like I've said. Huge amount of customability, can do really cool things. But are they necessary? Do they always give the effects you need? I actually think that what you see going on behind me now is so much more interesting and actually works really, really nicely because it's illuminating an entire space. So what have I got? These are two floor light 30 watt RGB floodlights that are flashing through a range of different colours onto the wall and ceiling, giving some kind of lighting and effect to what's going on behind me. They are extremely inexpensive for what they are. When I say inexpensive, I don't think for what they give and offer you that there's actually a huge outlay. So if we think that the Nano lights for 9 of those triangles, as well as the rhythm module and everything else that I'm using, was £190 give or take. The 2 lights behind me, which I'm going to show you on the screen now, were $50, £40, 2 light. And they do this a range of colours, so much that you can do. Let's try and show you the little controller so you get this as well. So you're able to change the brightness, whether they're on and off, what they're doing. There are a whole host of different things that they're able to do. And the effect, I just think it's really cool. I think it's really good. And I've got more comments off these whilst I've been streaming rather than the actual Nanoleafs. So these would really be my recommendation. 2 cheap studio lights, some cheap-ish RGB floodlights, and you're ready to go. I think it really changes it up. You just stand out. It's something different. So those are my test and learns. Those are things that I've bought and I've worked through. And would I buy the Nanoleafs again now? I don't know. I really don't. I think maybe if I'd bought these floodlights I've got first, I don't think I'd have bought the Nanos as quickly. I might have got them at some point because they are quite cool. But yeah, food for thought. So that has been another episode with me, Zeus Gaming UK, and I really, really hope that you found this one beneficial and helpful. As always, any subscribe to the channel, guys, really helps out what I'm trying to do and achieve here. So please feel free to take a moment and whack that for me. As well, I stream on Twitch now on a very regular basis. My streaming schedule is available on my About Me on Twitch, but basically I'm streaming every day whilst we're in lockdown. So come across, have a chat, get involved, and it's always good to meet as many of you as possible.